Alrighty, Doc here from North America. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. And it's the first Friday of the week, and then we go off for tomorrow, the holiday. I'll be here talking markets as usual in the morning because that's what I do. And then from there will be the afternoon of turkey and celebrating William Bradford and the Pilgrims coming to the to this land in 1618, and the beginning of Adam Smith and free markets and free people. What we talk about here every day: free markets and free people. And we talk about the mathematical blockchains and the algorithms and everything else that's going on. So let's take a look and see. There is the dollar index. You can see it both on our beta this morning. A little bit firmer today than yesterday. You can see it's been 7 full days in a sell. And you can see also at the same time, it's been 5 good weeks now in the weekly sell. Steve B. Hey, Steve, say hello to the world.
Hey man, how you doing?
All right,
So,
I'm in the middle of the live webinar I do every day.
I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. I'll be back to you in 8:30. Okie doke. So, where are we at now? We are dollar index. You see it up on J4X. You can see a bunch of red hinky ashkies on the downside. You can see the fast stochastic right there, trading at 23.52. The slow is at 14, so it's trying to lift up, just like we see on our beta. It's trying to lift up, but it's also red there, and it's still below the zero line. So there's pressure here too on the J4X. And then we slip the DocDow over to the platform we are using right now, and we take a look at the dollar index there. And there we go. And let's put it up on the screen for you right there. You see that same thing. It's trying to lift up. It's trying, but again, trapped underneath the zero line. And a good clean 4 weeks in that sell. All right. Oh, let me check the chat line. I didn't look at the chat line. We're just having so much fun being the first. This is probably my favorite holiday of the year because I like to call it the capitalism, free people, free markets, free holiday. We're celebrating the idea that free markets, not socialism, not communism. We're celebrating the idea of free religious rights. If you want to believe in religion, you're allowed to. If you don't want to, you don't have to. It's literally freedom and free markets and free people. It's just it's the good stuff. It's the good stuff. All right, there we go, and we're looking at the chat line, and I see, what do I see? I see Robin saying gobble gobble gobble. Yes, indeed. Tomorrow's we call it Turkey Day or Bird Day. Exactly. Gobble gobble gobble. Let me just double check if we had any questions from the webinars yesterday on the recording. And live trading strategy lesson, and there it is. Today's the 22nd, right? So the 21st. Let's see what the chat line looks like on the 21st. We have a thumbs up. That's cool. But no questions. So that's all right. No problems. All right. There we go. So, Turkey Day. Gobble, gobble. Hey, how you doing? Is it De Silva? How you doing, De Silva? Welcome. And I hope it's a nice weather day. I saw that they had 2 NFL games back-to-backs in Frankfurt over the last 3 weeks. Did you see any of the American football being played in Germany? And you can ask any question about the market at any time. If you want to look at a product, hey Janos, how you doing? Welcome back. And if you want to look at any particular product, be it the Deutschmark or sorry, there's no Deutschmark, the Euro. I still think of Deutschmarks, and the Euro. And if you want to look at the DAX, or you want to look at gold, or anything you want to look at, we can jump to right now. We have no problem. We go through all kinds of different things. Look at NVDA. Yeah, they I was watching it trade after the news. It was very interesting. It was very interesting. Let's go find it. And it was it bounced up, it bounced down, kept on then it was down, and then I want to say last night it was down about $4 or $5, and then this morning it's up about $4 or $5, and I heard a great explanation about it yesterday morning, which I thought was really cool. Here it is right there. We were in the buy for 3 days, and you can see we've been in the weekly buy since the $400 area back down in here, right there. When we go over to beta, where are you, beta? Oh, beta. Let's check her out on the beta. I believe it's the same way on beta. It's been very positive too. NVDA. Did I skip it? Not there, not there. NVDA. And let's put it up on the beta. And there's no, that's not it. There it is. And on the beta, we're seeing the same thing. We're seeing that a lot of daily buy, the same way it went into the daily buy right here at the $423 area and stayed in that buy, and it's been in the weekly buy with that too for the 4 weeks. And at the same time, you can see we did slip into a little sell here for a little less action for 3 days, but back into the buy for 3 days. And obviously today it'll be a little bit stronger. And then you can see over on the beta, which anybody can have. If they talk to Robin, you can have the beta for 3 or 4 weeks free, and maybe we'll extend it even longer. We're kicking the tires on it. We got only thing left to do is get the dots straightened out a little bit more. And you can see right there is MVDA, 2 full days in a buy. It's not reflecting today yet. I don't think it is. And you can see 5 full weeks in a weekly buy, all the way back on the 30th. So right there on the 30th. So it's been in a buy since right in here. The weekly buy went into a weekly buy before it went into the daily buy. So let's see. There's no. There's the 30th right there. Oh, okay. Let's see if we can find the 30th here. Let's amplify this bottom in here. Let's see if we do this. There we are. There's the 30th right there. So the first box that we went after. So it went into the weekly buy right there, and then when November 1st came along, it was in the daily buy, and there is November 1st right there. You can see that right there. So that's the beta. That's the beta. That's the whole story. Oop, what do we got here? Another message coming through. Okay, there we go. All right, now let's check the chat line, make sure I'm answering questions here. On the stream, let's see, look at MVDA. Gianna's picture is fuzzy on the stream. Okay, is it clear? Robin's been saying that. Is it clear 720 for me? Let's see, yes. Take a look at the video setting. Okay, so let's go to the video setting. Where do I go to the video settings? So I got streaming, studio mode settings. Click on settings, and there's settings, and then see what Yano says. Settings, video settings. It sometimes downgrades if I experience slow down speed. Where are the settings? Our gear. Can you see that? Let's see if we can do this. We'll move this over so you can see this at the same time. So there's settings. And then we go to gear icon. So gear icon. Let's see, video, audio, output, streaming. Should we click on streaming? Output. It says, let's see. It says, does this all make any sense to you? So gear icon at the bottom of the video screen. Oh, okay, there we go. Let's try that then. I think I got it already. There's general. Streaming. Output. Let's see what Giannis says there. You're here. Let's see. I got Chrome too, so it's right. Pause and volume controls. Doc, not for you. Do not touch the OBS. Okay, good. All right, that's your end. Excellent. I'm glad. Makes me happy. All right. Oh, Magoo, you done it again. Yes, indeed, I'm Magoo. All right, so from there, yeah, check and see if the streaming is streaming the way it should stream. All right, it took us too much time to adjust it for your internet. Okay, so we should try to do that maybe tomorrow before we do the webinar. You want to do that? I can do that. That's no problem. Yep, there's no problem to that at all. Ding ding. Dingy dingy dingy. All right. Should I get issue Robin? Too much time to adjust it for the internet? No, the issue is at Robin's and Robin. Try refreshing the page too. Okay, there we go. Okay. All right. Where did we leave off? Oh, we were looking at NVDA. So you can see there, the beta picked up on it, and that's the 21st there. The daily hasn't started yet. So we won't see the third day, which we're seeing on the platform we use now. That is today right there live. And over on beta, it's not reflecting today yet. So that's what that's doing. But we've adjusted the weekly, so I'm real happy about that. You know, the weeklies work real well now. Mm-hmm. All right. Let's see what else we got going on. All right. From there, let's continue analysis stocks and what Sylvia asked. Oh, what's Sylvia asked? Let's go check. I missed that one. Okay. Doc, can you give your view on the... Yep, let's go there now. Let's go to the cable. We'll go to cable. We're going to put the future up there on that until we get our feed from... Jeff said to me, my son said I think he's emailing whoever he's emailing about another attempt to connect it up. Let's see. Let me just find 6B. We'll throw that up on the beta. And then from the beta, we will go to our work there and J4X. There it is on beta. Let's go over to J4X right there. Right there, there is cable there. You can see all that strength there. You can see the stochastic at 90.6 almost, with the slow at 87.5 or 87.6. So it's there. Let's go over here. Look at it on the platform itself. Right there. And so there's cable. You can see. Been in that weekly buy since down in here in the 121-ish, 22 area. 4 weeks now on a buy. See that strength kicking up still. We've been in a daily buy since this big spike here. Started off here for the first ride there. That was a nice win. Told us that there was some correcting going on, and it was for about 4 days. And now we've had a really wild spike there back about 6-7 days ago. And it's been in the buy ever since. Because we have a green and a red, it still stays in the buy when it drops underneath the 0 line. Now over on the beta, see that same situation. It's 5 weeks in a buy compared to 4, and that's why we kind of been very happy. We're getting our very high 9 out of 10 times matching up to our big platform, and it's more like the beta seems to be more accurate in many ways than the regular platform. So we're really happy with our work getting into that. So there's the cable. And we're figuring that the cable is going to keep on moving up. Let me check that chat line there. Oh, I need to slide it down. That's what it is. What was the other one? Silva wanted also Euro Yen. Cool. We'll do Euro Yen. All right. And so there's the cable. Okay. Now let's go over to Euro Yen. There's Euro GBP. Yesterday we looked at Euro Swiss. That was pretty cool right there. There's Euro Swiss. And it's breaking down after just 1 day in a buy. Or 2 days in a buy? No, 1 day in a buy. But we've been in that buy. So we're very comfortable with the idea that this weakness may be just a buying opportunity. Let's take a look at Euro Yen. Slip that into this spot. Euro Yen. Right there. There's Euro Yen. There it is. And we hit close and it should load in. Here it comes. There we go. You see here, it went into the buy right there. And the weekly, whew, oh, there. What did slide in a weekly sell here for 1 full week and then got back into the buy. Let's put a line in there for you. So it's basically been in the buy since right there. So it's been in a weekly buy since back there. We've had our sloppy ins and outs, that's no doubt about that, but you trust the long-term trend and then play the longs but not the shorts and take profits at the shorts or before the shorts. So the first one, so it went into a buy right there. Let's make that green. And then it fell down and then climbed back up again. It went into a sell right there. And I would say that you could consider that a loss. Then it went into a buy right there and made it all back off of that 2.5 day action, making a new high there before it sold off. You could put your stop in there to find the profit that you didn't get from this one. And then let's see, where's that? There's the buy right there. Then the next sell was right there. And you missed having to put up with that action. And then from there, you got into another buy. Because you're not going to short that because you'll make sure you take the profits, but you will not try to trade that because we're in a weekly buy here. And then we go into a buy here and you get 4 days of action. And then you get, that's another win. Then there's a sell right there. You don't take the sell because again, why traders? We're in a weekly buy. And then here's another win right there. And then so we'll leave that there and then move the sell over again right there. Nope, right there. Get into the sell. And then you jump into the buy here. It's a little tough one there, but it's still in the buy all the way up until, just throw another line in there. Right there. And that's where we are at the moment. We're not getting back into the buy yet. We'll see how that goes. It's been interesting to see the yen make that change, you know. It's been very fascinating when we look at the dollar yen. You know, there's a lot of stories. We talked about it yesterday. You know, it's really hard to put it all together from the stories. We just trust the math. That's usually the best way to go. Sylvia says, you only share on your stream AnyDesk and half J4X. Let's see, where are we at here? Let me just put a 1 in there so I can see that last word. Okay, there it is. So you only share on your stream, and that's half your J4X. Yes. Just to have it on a different computer so it's not all tied up. Doc, go to the main window on OBS and the right side on the button you will see OBS Studio Mode. Okay. Click on it. Studio Mode. I see it. Alright, there's Studio Mode. How about, oh, okay, that's better, isn't it? You will see the preview and program. Preview and program. Preview and program. Preview and program. I don't see preview and program. I see controls, streaming, stop, start recording, start virtual camera, studio mode. We'll divide in two parts your window. Divide in two parts. Okay, sure. How's that work? Let's see. Where do I need to go? Preview and program. Is preview and program in settings? Studio mode. Okay. I'm on studio mode. There's two screens now. Okay. Let's see. Yes, click on studio mode. I see two screens, and when I click on studio mode, it turns it into just one screen. Okay. In the new window. Oh, you want to see this? You mean like here? Let me do this. Go like that. So you're saying studio mode brings me to this, the one screen. Is that what you're talking about right there? Versus having it in two modes like that? New window. Then after you can use transmission between both windows. Yes. Okay, cool. So I'm in studio mode 2. Is that what it is? Okay. Interesting. Or am I supposed to have two modes and somehow make one like J4X and the other one the beta? What I transmit on screen. Oh, so in other words, with it this way, see how it is right there? I can find out. No, okay. All right, so what am I supposed to do? Go like this, stay in this mode, Studio 2. Whoop, Studio mode. Like that? In other words, you want it to be like this. That's how I watch it now, like this. Should I be on this mode, just one, or should I be on two? I think you're saying I should be on one. Right. Yes, right, exactly. That's what I do. So I like this better though. Is this the better way to do it? Like this with the single one. I like that. Does it help make it clearer too? Looks darker to me. Okay, so the one studio versus two is better. Correct? Yes? Okay, good. Good. I didn't understand how it ended up on studio mode 2 and I didn't know. Understand, thanks. Oh, excellent. Thank you very much. So, all right. Where do we go from here? I guess I could actually make that bigger too. Does that do that? Can I actually make it bigger because of that? It's the one studio, and then it'll be less fuzzy. Looks clearer to me. No, thank you. Thank you for helping out. So let's see, where did we leave off? So yes, that Euro yen is fascinating. Got real choppy there for a little bit. Notice that? Really got confused in this area here. But it was interesting. The first weekly buy. Let's go back to that. Let's look at that first weekly buy. The first weekly buy back in here was a really tough one. You know, it was really hard for it to get going. You know, we go into a weekly buy, and it did a really poor job about it. You know, it was in the daily buy from there 3 days before it. And it really didn't go anywhere after it got into the weekly buy. It was, went into a sell here, then went back into a buy, and then back into a sell. That's losing money that way. And then the sell was all right. It actually made money on the sell. We were in a weekly. No, we weren't in a weekly sell, so you couldn't take the trade. You get into a buy, there's two losses in a row. Then finally, this buy here makes back all the money. But it took a lot of work. And it's rare to watch two losses in a row with our math. And then we go into a sell here, and there's your buy there, and it's a very poor buy. It's a winner, but it's a lot of work again. Waiting, making sure you don't get stopped out, the whole bit. Now this buy was a little bit better. There's a third win. That's looking good. And here's a fourth win right there. But none of them are really that good. Here's a fifth win right there. That was fine. Again, but there's a lot of work going on in here, you know. It takes a lot of effort. The euro yen is a little bit more choppy. We've seen a couple products like cable and yen, or excuse me, or some other pairs trades versus dollar and yen that are a lot more smoother, a lot more consistent, you know. In this case here, the euro yen action was a little bit sloppy. Okay, let's see who that is. Let me go hunt this down. I'm getting a question from one of the boards I'm on. Let's see. Come on, you can do it. Come on, machine. Let's see right there. Trying to answer somebody at the same time on another network. Let's see. I need some guidance here. Giannis, every other YT is clear. Let's see. Thanks, Doc. I have meeting now on the next. I will be here. I appreciate it. Thank you very much, De Silva. Let's see. And we'll find that out in a few seconds. Let's see. Who is that phone number? Someone's asking me who a phone number is on the board of directors I'm on. Let's see. What is that? 776. 776. That is you. 3931. There we go. All right, let's get back to the markets. Done answering a board member. All right, looks to me like is once again messing something up. Is it really? See, it looks all clear on mine. I see the speaker looking solid. I see the desktop audio and the mix and the display capture. I see a section where it says display capture and source. It seems okay. All right, where do we go from here? Do I go back? Let's go to the euro and take a look at the euro. And there's the euro. It's showing a little weakness today. It's underneath the zero line as we speak. Let's put it up on the screen here. There is euro dollar pairs trade. You can see the little red right there. See the fast stochastic at 71, almost 4. And the fast is at 82, almost 83. So there's the pressure on the downside. We're seeing the same thing right here. It's just dropping underneath the zero line. Let's see what else we got going on here. And then when we go over and check it out on our beta, can't wait to see how the beta works with your live data. Let's see, live data. 6EF. Let's see, 6EF right there. There is it right there. You can see same thing, 5 weeks in a weekly buy compared to our other platform, which is 4. You can see right here the daily sell. It's trying to flirt with the daily sell at the moment. It's in the minus, so we're seeing that pressure, and a red is developing up in there. The euro is weakening up a little bit. Nothing major, just okay. All right. Let me just answer it again. Fix and test. There we are. There we are. All right, so from the euro, I guess there's not much more to be said. It had a great run. I mean, it's had some really super runs since it started this weekly buy in the 106 area. Here we've gone up and challenged yesterday. It got up to almost 110, and the high is 109.65. So it's been a really great run over the last 7-8 days. So, I mean, especially that big spike, it helped us confirm the kind of like the changing of attitude with, I always like to call them the bond vigilantes. The bond traders. The bond traders are very powerful, very powerful. So, that's been, it has been very solid. So, I mean, we can see it on, let's just take a quick look, but you can see it here on the 30-year bond. That's not where it's at. There it is, right there. You see there, it's been in a weekly buy for, good 3 weeks. It's, climbing again today. Ever since that big spike, I guess the big spike came right in here, I think, something like that. Let's just go back to the other platform. Oh, no, that's what it is. I wanted to look at the euro. So we were looking at euro. So let's look at euro. And that big spike right there on the 14th. So let's look at it there on the 14th. There's the 14th right there. And then, it lifted up and then went into the buy with it right there on the 15th. The bond went up and it's been holding ever since, not exploding. I'm thinking we're going to get to the 118 area. That's what I think. And today we're at 116.11, as you can see over here on the right side there. So I think that the interest rates are going to keep on going sideways to down. They may not be that exciting. I think December 13th is the next Fed meeting. So we'll be watching what they do, but I would assume they will not raise the interest rates on the 13th. So, and the bonds are predicting that they're not raising the interest rates on the 13th. So we'll see them go into the new year probably sitting here, and that's why money is moving into the markets. The equity markets and so forth, and the currency markets, and they're selling the dollar because interest rates are dropping. Remember, that is a major function of currencies, is that they like to trade, they like to be invested in higher interest rates. That's what the pairs trades are all about, and the what do you call it, when you sell one currency to the other and do it as a leverage, the carry trade, the actual carry trade itself, that's what they call it. So I think that's pretty much where we're at, and that's why we're seeing all this comfort level now in interest rates. All right, so from there we slip back to the currencies and we go to the Swiss. There's the Swiss. Let's see, where's Swiss at? Dollar Swiss right there. You see it's looking very firm and consistent, gaining against the dollar. We're still in that weekly sell. For the last, this is basically going on a 6th week, which is pretty cool. And the fast has 7 weeks back in here. So it's been very solid and comfortable. It jumped up a little bit on this movement, but didn't last. That's why we follow the slow more than the fast. But it's always a nice warning when you see them both aiming down and one of them breaks the threshold, the zero line. It's always worth being very cautious. Sometimes, remember, there's always 3 positions. There's long, there's short, and there is neutral. You can be neutral. There's nothing wrong with being neutral. The idea is to make money, not to just trade. The idea is to make money. Alrighty. So. From the Swiss, we go over to the yen itself, the dollar yen, and you can see it was very choppy in that same time period, but nowhere near as tough as the other one because it went into the buy right here. Let's grab one of these longs. Went into the buy right there, and you caught it. So it was much more smoother in that same time period compared to the euro yen. Now that was really cool. That went into the buy there, and that was relatively smooth. It was this stuff in here that was really choppy. Let's go back to the other one again. And that was back in August. So back in August, let's move this over a little bit. Right there. Yeah, you had that action where it went into the buy there, but it was much smoother on the dollar side of it. Look at that whole run. It caught a beautiful run with the less choppiness. The weekly and the daily joined in compared to, and then you had the sells here, and that's not too bad. And another buy here, which that we saw that little win in the both pairs trade, then the sell there for 3 days, and then got into the buy on the close of this, and then another nice ride up, which was so much more smoother because it went into the buy here on the 1st of September and stayed in that buy all the way. So let's go back to the Euro Yen on the September 1st. And you can see there, it went into the buy later, fell, was sloppier, and it also threw it into a sell, I guess, a weekly sell for a week. But it wasn't as smooth as that whole time period. We went into a buy here in the dollar yen and took it all the way up to, just show you, almost the whole month. It was in a buy for literally, I remember we were talking about it. This thing was from the month of September, from here all the way up to there, it was in a daily buy for that whole move. Whereas the Euro Yen for that same month was enormously choppy. Right there. Just enormously choppy. It was a real battle to make money out of it with our math. It was real hard. But it did protect you, especially that last smash, Even within a weekly buy in the Euro Yen, it put us into the sell right. We can steal one of these. Let's just throw one in. So it went into the sell there. And then the next day it was crush. So that's we see that. That's what's so nice about having people come in and ask about different things. And so, DeSilvia, I know you're gone now, but if you look at the video, just give you that heads up. That's what's so good about questions like that. That it shows, it's nice to take a look at another type of pairs trade, on the same product. So we're looking at yen. We look at the Euro Yen versus the dollar yen, and what a battle that is. I mean, can't ask for much more odd dichotomy. And I'll just show it one more time, and I'm going to put it in the headline just so that Sylvia will come back and check it out. Dollar yen versus Euro Yen will be the title of this webinar. Look at that, September. That is amazing. We should put a block on that like this too. Go like this. That whole buy signal all the way out, the whole month. We found it to be fascinating at the time. I remember us talking about it, that it made a whole month in the daily buy. And then the euro, we'll show it this way. The Euro Yen for the same period was just too choppy, just way too choppy. There we go. Okay. When was that? We're going to say charts well worth looking at the 39-minute point. Let's see where. Let me just check on there. Is it 38 and 39-minute point? Yeah. Okay. So tell DeSilvia tomorrow to check this out. About 38, 39 minutes into the webinar, the two charts. It's well worth looking at. Alrighty, from the yen, we go over to the Great Experiment. And there it is right there. It missed closing in a all-time close yesterday. It's the second highest close ever. The day before was the all-time closing high. And today it's trying to lift up again. It's playing. It's still in a daily buy since here. What else is there? Weekly, not really weakening in any way. We still think some demented way it's going to find itself a little bit higher, like in the 33s. I don't know what's going to happen. I forget how we derived the 33s. It's part of a Fibonacci sequence that we ran across in this product. If we tighten it up, you'll see. I think that's the top end of the range. No, it's 3170. That's what it is. I don't know why I said 33. 31. For some reason, we did one of those extrapolations of Fibonacci off of the lows here and the high there. That's what it is. And so I think we had another Fibonacci sequence that I was looking at. And that kind of gave me the attitude that, let's see if we can move this down. There we go. Like that. Oh, there it is. Yeah, so that's the extrapolation, 34, 38. And I looked for the in-between from 32, basically, to 43. And that's what I'm thinking is that 33 area. I think it wants to stop in between this Fibonacci sequence and that Fibonacci sequence, the top of that, of the extrapolation. So you can see here it's hit this, but it keeps on like, I would assume it'll back off a little bit and then try to climb again and then fail somewhere in the middle here. And that's why I keep on thinking we're going to see a 33 out of the great experiment, better known as the Euro Turkish Lira. I hope that makes some sense. All right, from there, we go to the number one brick in the world. And there it is right there. South African Rand. It's moving up. And because of the way it's moving up, we have concerns about these precious metals. And let's put the South African Rand up on J4X right there. Right there. And you can see the fast stochastics trading at 66.5. Basically, and the slow is at 51 and an eighth. So, that strength is kicking in. You got 4 green hinkies pushing up on the daily. You see that pressure going on. We look at it here. We look at it here? Yeah, there it is right there. And then you can see 4 days in a buy, but still in the weekly sell. You can see the fast has moved up on the weekly, but it's rebelling. It doesn't seem to want, the slow is just not moving out of the way. So it's a real cross-match battle going on here. Maybe it'll hit this and drop again. Let's take a look at the metals complex itself. And there it is right there. There's gold. And gold is kind of, had a nice spike yesterday. It is not really backing off. I keep on thinking because we're seeing, I'll show you what has me concerned. And here it comes. And this is what has Doc concerned. And that is, now the weekly, closed in a weekly sell last week. Let's put it up on the screen here. So it closed in the weekly sell last week, and that had me concerned. And this week it's playing with the weekly sell. And that's what bothers me. I'm concerned that it's just going to trap itself in the top of this range and roll over again. We need one or the other to change. We need the weeklies to try to climb back up into the buy. Versus, now over here on our other platform, this is the only time we've seen it not beat the beta. The beta has been winning every one. But this one is not. And it backed off and it tried and it failed. And it's tried to lift up the last couple of days. And that's the real surprise. Now, obviously the beta on a daily basis is protecting us. So at least, it's been in, with that weekly sell, it's been in a daily buy. So you can't be short. It's just that you're missing this trade on the upside. But the beta keeps on scaring me, trying to tell me that something's wrong with the metals complex. Now, when we go over to silver, we saw it had slid into underneath the weekly sell for the first couple days. Now it's back up above, not by much, 0. Oh, you can't see it. You can see it right there. It's at 0.03. It's in a daily buy also for the last 6 days. And it was underneath Monday and Tuesday. It was underneath. So the weekly was trying to push into the sell. Over here on the beta, let's put the silver up on that. And there's the silver. And you can see there, it's the same thing. It's been in a buy. This thing's been in a daily buy for 3, 6, 9, 10 days. It's been in a daily buy. 11 days right there too. So it's been in a buy since back in here. and it's been in a weekly buy for it all. It did not reflect the weekly sell. That was the curious part with the silver on our beta. So I don't know exactly why the math is picking it up that way, but I've been trusting the beta on that weekly signal very much because it's been very accurate. This is only 1 out of 10 times it's been wrong. So that's pretty impressive. I think it's like 1 out of 15 to be exact. But it's it's amazing that it's been that strong. Now over on copper, we've seen that same spike, like they're reaching for it. There could be there was been talk since Xi was, or as our president calls them, number 11, Roman numeral 11. He calls them Xi. President Joe the Biden. He calls the president of China Roman numeral 11. So he basically, maybe they think that they're going to start, trying to plow some money into their economy. So far, they've done a poor job at it, and so when they let these bankruptcies occur on pennies, not even pennies on a dollar, for a penny on $10, they let things go bankrupt, which is really strange. To allow something to go bankrupt when all you had to do is put a penny in. And, because you've taken in $10 and you can't find a penny, what did you do with the $10? That's the bigger question, All right, and so there's the copper trying to do its thing. Let's see. Where do we go from there? There we go. And so, you can't see it on there. Let's put it up on there. There's the copper. You see it's starting to back off a little bit, but it's been strong for days upon days. Let's put it up on the beta. Beta's been interesting, is that you can see here it's been in a buy going on a second week, and on the beta it's on a third week. Again, another example of the beta on the weekly signal being very strong. And on the daily, you're talking about 8 days, and you're seeing the same thing here. There's 3. And then there's 8 days right there. So we're seeing strength correctly out of it all. It's just looking a little sloppy today. All right, and then from there we go over to platinum. There it is. And there's 3 weeks in a buy on the platinum. And on here it's 2 weeks. Let's see. 2 weeks in a buy. Right there. And you can see here, then this is, the action on the look at J4 actually got the South African rand having issues finding a way to go down too. Look back even further. You see it's been pressing down, so metals should be roaring along, and they are to a great extent. I would wish silver to kind of start picking up a little bit more strength against the gold, but it doesn't seem to be able to do that. It seems to get knocked down very hard. All right. From there, that completes us on the what you would call the precious metal side of things. So we'll go over to crude oil. There's crude oil taking a nice smash today, playing with the daily sell as we speak right there. Save that like so, and do that like so. There you are. All right, and at the same time, you're looking at 4 weeks in a sell. Now we go over to we can go over to here. We usually put Canadian up there, but I just wanted to show you Brent on J4X too. And there's Brent. You can see the Brent has been trying to, it's bouncing up like these things we're doing over here on our platform. You can see today they're pushing them into the red. See, there it is. And you can see here the fast is at 67, the slow is at 62. So you're seeing some strength trying to come into this thing still. In a couple hours it'll shift and should start to press it down. Then over there we go to the beta, and the beta can put Brent up there, which is really cool. and Brent. There it is right there, December Brent, which we need to switch to. Looks like we're getting very close to moving to the, I guess it's time to move to the January Brent. We'll have to look that up. And you can see right there, it's pushed into the sell there yesterday. Is that yesterday or is that today? That's today. So it's pushed itself into the sell, and it's been 10 weeks in a sell on the weekly. It's been really pressuring itself on the downside there. 10 full weeks in a weekly sell. You can see it's been gliding down. It had a little up and down, but down more. And I guess that up is more like October 7th, something like that. I can imagine that. Something like that. Yeah, there it is right there. That's the October 7th situation. So that is that when it comes to the energy sector. Let's go and check out, what is it? We go take a look at, there's West Texas. Let's just put West Texas in there too, just to give you a flavor on the beta. Right there. That's January. Doing the same thing. It's pushing into the sell. Same way, feeling that same pressure. And I'm sure you'll see it here on J4X the same way. West Texas, there it is right there. Same thing, pressing down. You see the fast at 61.9, the slow at 57. It's working its way down. It's got the red hinky now. We'll see it in a couple hours or an hour and a half or so. It should start to move in that same direction. All right, and then from there we go over to the natural gas. Let's take a look at natural gas. NG. There it is right there. There's natural gas. You see it's been 5 days now in a sell. It's been 4 weeks in a sell on the weekly. It's not letting go, that's for sure. Over here, same thing. There it is. Pressing into that sell for the last 5 days. Same situation. Like so. Let's just save that too at the same time. Oh, you can't see that. Let's put it up on the screen. All right, there. Now that pressure's on. Let's put it over on J4X. Oop, like so. Gas right there. Trying to lift up a little bit today. Nothing major. But the fast is at 14.9, the slow is at 12, so we're seeing some strength. This is actually trying to get into the buy. What else can we say about natural gas? We'll see if this holds up. Maybe J4X will lead today. We'll see. And then from there, what else can we say about it? Just that simple pressure going on. Then we go over to the currency in Spain to look at natural gas. And you can see how choppy that has been lately. That's the daily. And there's the weekly. It's just been in that buy for a while. It had found ways to get up to 27.5. Let's put it up over here on J4X. As Janos says, it's my favorite stock. And it is. It's the insight to natural gas in Europe at this point. And right there it is. You see that strength in there. Doing the same thing, and the high at 27.39, basically almost 27.40. Same situation over here. Pushed itself way up through it, and you can see we've been dealing with this situation here where it bounces. Wasn't a buy for all that move. Then we went into a sell. Was that 4 days ago? Yeah, 4 days ago, off that big spike, and that was a Friday, I guess. And then you have up a little strength again, a buy. And then it tries to push itself into the sell. Let's just make that bigger, just to see if we can figure that out. It's unchanged there, so and now it's going into let's see, what is that? Let's see if we can get the price out of that. What is that? Minus. So that's a minus. So it went into the sell there on this day right there. So it did go into the sell there. And it opened up, and then now it's trying to work down again. That's probably why it's pushing it up in J4X. Yeah, that makes sense. And so we see this pressure here. And you can see the fast. It's at 67. The slow is at 76. So it's trying to roll over. We'll get a red hinky, and it'll tell us that there's more pressure. Love to see this thing move back down to 26 for the Europeans, so they're not paying an arm and a leg for all this stuff. All right, traders. We will be here tomorrow answering questions and so forth. And what else can we say about any of this stuff besides we're going to label this webinar Euro Yen versus Dollar Yen. And I think that'll be really cool. Because we've talked about that. That's why we like people asking questions and looking for something, because if De Silva didn't ask, we wouldn't know about. I mean, we'd be having less of a reason to be aware of it. That's what it comes down to. Because we're just we're just chasing so many things, it's hard. So we need people to say, "Hey, check this out. Look at it. See what it looks like to me." That type of thing. So, all right, traders, catch you tomorrow. Tomorrow is Turkey Day here in the States, and the beginning of Adam Smith and William Bradford and the Pilgrims and free markets, free people. So, Doc says, happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you, to all our trading friends. Yep, see you, Janos. And you're right. There again, we lucked out one more time. NVDA was in a daily buy and a weekly buy when the news came out. So it caught the direction. Ta-ta for now.